When you look at the global supply chain today, people are relooking, realigning the global supply chain to ensure security of supply chain, the resiliency of their supply chain. So if ASEAN can act as a group, right? Of course, there are certain parts can be done in Indonesia, some Malaysia, some Indonesia is rich in nickel, for example, right? So there's downstream opportunities there. Similarly, in the Philippines and Malaysia, also we have other strength as well. So because we bring the supply chain to ASEAN, then these companies will come to ASEAN. I mean, I give example of Singapore. Singapore and Malaysia work closely. We complement each other in some sectors like the data centers, right? As you know, there's a moratorium on data centers in Singapore, so the companies could be based in Singapore, but the operations are based in Malaysia. So I believe that there is a win-win situation. Of course, healthy competition is also good, right? Healthy competition brings up, productivity, etc. But to me, we were in Semarang 2 weeks ago with the ASEAN economic ministers for to discuss economic pillars, and it was presented that 9 out of 10 EV companies, the top 10 largest, 9 of them are in ASEAN, right? So not just in one particular country, but it's spread out in ASEAN.
Right, and speaking of big companies, of course, a lot has been talked about with regards to where Tesla might set up their beachhead, if they do it this year or the next. And it seems that, again, out of nowhere, Malaysia seems to have come out and been close to the forefront, if not at the forefront now. Is there confidence, at least, from the administration that perhaps Tesla will put pen to paper, either as a regional headquarters or even as setting up a manufacturing hub, perhaps in Malaysia, partially at the expense of other countries that want it?
Well, of course, Malaysia, like any other countries in ASEAN, will want to see FDI coming to their country, right? In Malaysia, first quarter, our FDI went up by 60%. And Tesla is a big name. But more importantly, to us, it's not really whether it's about Tesla or Intel or Infineon. Those are companies that recently make headlines in Malaysia, including AWS. It's about the spillover impact to a country, right? The reason why we want to attract these companies is because they will give spillover effect to the Malaysian companies, the SMEs and the Malaysian corporates supplying to this group. Malaysia companies are supplying a lot of equipment, a lot of inputs to Tesla, for example, and other cars as well. So they stand to benefit, and of course this will bring up great new jobs, etc. So I think what's important is to show that whatever investments that come to a country, for example to Malaysia, the spillover effect is a positive one.